Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was earlier, and I hope you're, getting out and taking some beautiful pictures. I know some areas it's not as colorful as here, and I know where I was from, New York, that gets very beautiful at this time of year. So make sure you're getting out and take some pictures of the fall um, trees and the leaves, and it is such a beautiful time of the year, at least where I am. So anyway, besides that, I really hope you're taking good care of yourself. And late happy super full moon. I have been getting 1111. This is funny. From the last super moon and before today, the one day I got 1111. I don't know how many times in one day. So I don't know if any of you are getting 1111 a lot lately, like Starlight. So what does that mean? So anyway, besides that, is if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you could share my videos. You could share my videos with your family, your friends, kittens. You're gonna share my videos with one of your kittens. And let's see, little puppies. We're gonna do the little puppies today too, because Starlight really hasn't put any puppies on. So yeah, you can share my videos with your puppies. And don't forget the notification bell. That way you do not miss any of my videos. Plus, you can check out my playlist. And you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I think I gotta adjust my light here. Is Starlight was trying to figure out what to talk about, and sorry, is today, the library is only open 1 till 5. So I am gonna talk today about, because I had so many different topics that I wanted to talk to you about, is you messed up. We all go through that, where you either did something and you messed up, or you said something and you messed up, one way or another, somehow or another. And this could be in any situation. It could have been at work. You could have said something, and at work is totally different. You could mess up and say something at work and totally be fired right on the spot. Or relationships, and there's different levels to messing up. I'm just going to word it that way, is messing up. I messed up, Starlight messed up, again. And, it could be messed up with your spouse. Maybe you were being cranky, when they didn't deserve it. Maybe you were being pushy or controlling, or, taking your frustrations out on your loved ones, because of maybe the way work is going, or maybe you messed up because you smacked your kid. Yeah, parents do that. So, there's so many ways I can go with this video as far as messing up. You messed up because you said something rude to somebody out in public. There's so many things out there. And then it's also kind of goes along with I should have done that, or I shouldn't have done that kind of thing too. And I am still growing, of course. I am just starting out, I feel like, as far as this spiritual journey, as the life discovery, self-discovery. So you know what, it's not that you really messed up, it just is lessons that we have to learn. So with this video, I just want to help you because Starlight knows what it's like to be hard on herself, and I do. I have a very big, huge heart, and there's times that, if I did something wrong to you or said something wrong to you, it might not have affected you like a way it affected me for saying something that could have affected you in a wrong way. So, we're all different depending on, like where you came from, what kind of family, your history, and all that, the things that like your growth. Now some people, they will say something or do something and they act like it doesn't even faze them one bit. How do they do that? How do they do something, to affect somebody in such a negative way and act like it never fazed them? It just like, because there are some people, it's almost like they don't have a heart. Have you ever met those type out there? They don't have like a heart. So I was actually trying to help like a lady today because I know the other day, and it's funny because I just made a video and I said certain things in that video, and then I walked in and I said, "Oh, so how's your morning going?" And she's like, "Fine," or "Okay." And I was like, "Just okay," and sometimes I got to be careful with that. But she knows that I have a YouTube channel, and she's very open, so I have been an ear, in that certain gas station in this area, because they are going through some stuff with some employees, and I know one of the employees recently just lost a loved one, and I don't think that was the person, but we all can feel guilty or like have things bother us in a certain way where it can ruin your whole day, and I know I go through some stuff, and I know I'm like, what I said this earlier is I don't want to give that person energy for how they treated me when I didn't really do anything that bad. So, you gotta really be careful. And I was trying to help my brother out too, is to not to let people see if you are angry about you could be really angry about something, but sometimes that's feeding some people out there. They love to see you when you get angry, So, as far as like thinking that you messed up, sometimes, we do things and we could have ruined a relationship and said, maybe there's a temptation that you were weakened and, where it ruined the relationship, and like, because that has happened to Starlight many times, not that, where men have messed up and where, they can't get it back, they can't get that relationship back. I've had many exes ask me back out, and I'm like, sorry, that's not gonna happen, and so it was a lesson, though. It was a lesson for them, and it was a lesson for me. So you might be going through something now where you feel like you messed up, and it just shows that you are human. It shows that you're definitely human, is that it is okay to have days like that. And I know it's not easy, when you want to beat yourself up for how you could have affected somebody else because you might have said something wrong or did something wrong, and that could be at so many levels. I know there's a lot of very miserable relationships out there because they're not happy, but they're living together, and there's so many different reasons why why it wasn't working. A lot of times money is the reason why. I just heard somebody talking about this not too long ago, is you got a couple and they're out there working so much that they don't even have the time to spend with each other and even have a relationship, because they're material, they're in the material, and so that is not a, like a wise thing to do, is just to be so wrapped up in having, money control you in such a way where you don't even have a life with that loved one you're living with. So that is a lesson. Now, are you going to learn a lesson? Are you going to do something about it? Or are you going to repeat it, over and over again? Or maybe you don't even recognize that you are doing something that isn't really going to help you out now or even later. So sometimes we could be definitely guilty of doing things that we're not even aware of how it's affecting us or other people around us. So, you do have to be mindful, like of the things that come out of your mouth. For instance, Starlight, just sorry. I don't know why I told you that, is sometimes this happens to Starlight, and I know it could happen to you, is sometimes we get talking or even writing, and you just like just keep going, and before you know it, you're saying stuff, and then later on it's like, why did I tell that person that? What was in my mindset, is why did I say that? So, it's okay. Like I said to myself today, I can't rewind the clock and delete what I wrote or delete what I said. It's already out. It's already done. So we can't go back in time to fix that. Even if you there's a lot of people do this on faithfulness, with a relationship where they either, well, if they're not married, that they went out and cheated on their girlfriend or boyfriend, and that's what I can bring up really quick. I told you the other day that I would bring this up, so this is a perfect time for this, is that radio station that I was telling you about, they also have they actually have 3 different things. I just heard another thing that they have on this radio station, and they have a crank thing that you can use the radio station for them to pull a prank on somebody. Or you could call, like I said, if you didn't see the video, is you could, if you were ghosted, you can call this radio station up, and they will get involved and find out why somebody ghosted somebody. And then the other thing is, if you think, whether it's a guy or a girl, whether you're in a, like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship or married, if you really believe that the person that you're going out with is cheating on somebody, you could call this radio station up, and they have a way of catching them. So be careful, and I'm going to explain on this. I just heard this the other day. I was getting some gas, and it was on the radio. I think it's the same radio station. So this was really bad, because this was about a lady that really believed that the guy that she was dating, not that they were married, that she really believed that he was messing around with somebody. And I didn't get to hear the whole story of why she believed this. So what this radio station does, it's bad. The first time I heard this, I was like, no way. So she calls up the radio station and says, yeah, I've been going out, gives the information of how long they were going out with each other. And yeah, my intuition, and this is how this one was, my intuition is telling me, I've had this happen many times. My intuition is like, Starlight, he's blanking around on you. So she's like, yeah, my intuition is saying something's just not right. And was her intuition correct? Let's find out. So what she did is called up, gave them, they would ask her different questions, so they get all this details, and information about, what is important on this topic. And So what the radio station does is that they get his name and his telephone. She will give him the telephone number and his name. And so the radio station will call up and will tell them, call up and say, hey, is this, well, I'm just going to pick a name. Is this Bill Anderson? I don't even know who Bill Anderson is. And Bill's like, yeah, this is Bill Anderson. Hey, congratulations. And, you just, this is not a scam. So they're really good about keeping the guy on the phone. And we just want to let you know is that every month we pick one winner, and your name happened to pick up to be able to receive a dozen. It was more than a dozen of roses. It's like maybe 24 cut roses or whatever. And that they're gonna deliver them to him, and he's got to figure out where does he want to send these beautiful red roses. So now when they call this man up, the lady that made the call to the radio station, she is on the other line. And I didn't say that in the other video about is who's ghosting you, or is he ghosting, or is they ghosting you, is that the other person is on the phone and can hear everything that's going on. So that's how really naughty this is. So anyway, the guy's like, yeah, this is Bill Anderson, and they're like, congratulations. And so now they're like, hey, is there a loved one that you would like to send these roses to? And this was so bad. This is really bad. Is that he goes, well, let me think. And so she's in the background listening to him, and he doesn't know it. And so he's like, yeah, he goes, is it possible if I can break the roses in three, send those roses to 3 different people? And the radio station says, yes, we can do that. And all you gotta do is give us the names and addresses. Whoops, sorry about that. Lights out. It didn't last that well. Actually, I'm in here doing a lot of things, and then so it's about that time. So he's like, yeah, okay. And then he starts naming different started off with an and lady, and says, yeah, can you send this many to this lady named Anna, and by the way, could you put a message on for her and say, hey baby, can't wait to see you next time. I'm just gonna, something similar to like that. And then he's got to pick 2 other girls, and they didn't even really need to go any further, because he already messed up. He just totally. And that the radio station says, well, Bill Anderson, just to let you know that this is a radio station, and we do this show on here is somebody cheating on me or something like that. I don't. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, we actually have this thing is to help people to find out if their loved one is cheating on them by doing this. And he's like, oh no. I mean, he got caught with his pants down, literally. And then, bam, she pops up on the phone and it's like, what? I knew, you liked her. And why are you sending her some roses? And he goes, I'm sending you roses too. Because he's sending roses to 3 women. So he was actually messing around with 3 women at one time. But, and then he's like, well, you should be happy because, I'm going to send you free roses. But she's the one that actually made the phone call to actually help him get these roses. It's kind of weird. So find out that, before this guy, Bill, and this lady that made the phone call is, the way he said it, he was, could I call him a loser? Is that apparently he told her in the beginning that he plays the field, and that he goes, hey, I'm young, and so more or less he's got a lot of energy, like he doesn't want to waste any of that stuff. So that, yeah, so he definitely messed up, and that was all over on the radio, like a messing up like that. And so it is really shocking how they do these shows. But in life we all mess up at times. We all say things that we weren't thinking about at the time, like Starlight does that, or do something that, ooh, maybe I should not have done that. So we all, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how perfect you think you are, or that, no matter if you think you arrived, no matter if you go to church on Sunday, we all have been there, not just once, many times. And guess what? There's going to be many more times. So I just realized I messed up. And I am so sorry, so I am that chick that will say, hey, I messed up. So, please forgive Starlight, is sometimes Starlight gives more information than she needs to. And so that is something that Starlight has to work on. So it's good to actually express yourself in that way and say, hey, I am sorry, if you did something to somebody, some people think they don't have to say sorry because they feel like, hey, I know I did wrong. But to me, Starlight really believes that people really should say they're sorry to that person, because you might have been sorry for what you did, but I believe that the other person, it's just like with God, like when I do something wrong, I'm supposed to confess to God that, sorry, Starlight slipped of the tongue again, in confession with your mouth, is to apologize. But on that note is to, don't beat yourself up. And that does take time. We're all different. We're all, if you got right with a thing and you plan on not doing that again, then you know what? Rub it off, just like, okay, I cleared that. I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I realize that I goofed up. I realize that I should not have done that, and I'm not really supposed to even, there's another thing, I'm not even supposed to, I should not have, because you know what, we can't go back there, and most of the things back there we cannot fix. Sometimes we can fix, sometimes back there, the things back there that we ought to leave back there, we can use what we learned and bring that into now. Those lessons back there, it's good to learn those lessons, but you can use those as tools to help you right now. So don't beat yourself up over something that you did 20 years ago, because that happens to a lot of people. There's a lot of people, they could have been in a relationship a long time ago and they cheated and they never were able to find another lady or another guy like that ever. And then they live with that all the time. I know people that are feeling guilty because they weren't there for their kids. They didn't pay child support. Now, I do know some people out there that they might have never paid child support, but now they're there doing the best that they can. So, you got to let go of the past, and we all. So don't beat yourself up. Now, if it's in a public kind of thing, yeah, that's different. That's a lot different, because if everybody knows what you did, everybody's like, ah, you still got to love yourself enough and say, you know what? How many years ago was that? There's times that, the way the society is, people bring up stuff. That's why I don't like when they bring up the 9/11 thing out, and, out every year, to bring it up, because those people that went through that lost loved ones, through the 9/11 thing out in New York, um, you know, then you're digging up stuff from the past again and bringing it up. A lot of those people, they want to forget about it. They don't want to think about it anymore. And it's like, like taking a bruise, like a scar or something, and digging at it and making it bleed all over again. So I really don't agree with people bringing it up. They did that. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but a lot of times that they do. Oh yes, let's reach out to the people in the community and tell them, hey, we're so sorry. What happened? How many years ago? And so I really don't agree with that at all. So don't beat yourself up, and remember that, people might make themselves look good, like on Facebook or Instagram and stuff like that. But you know what? It don't always look that pretty. There's people that I know that make videos, and you think they never have a bad day. But you know what? I know they do have bad days. They just don't show it. They never show it. They never show that they have a bad day. You would never know that, they could have had one of the worst days, but you never know it, you know? So it is so important to understand that even if somebody claims or makes it look like they never have a bad day, they're don't let that fool you, because I thought that same thing before. Is I'm like, wow, you it looks like nothing ever bothers you, but I know that's not true. I know things bother, certain people. They're just, they're protecting themselves sometimes, is that's what they're doing, is they, that there's people out there that would like to attack them, or make them feel bad about what they're doing, or like if they had a bad day, some people will rub it in their face or beat them up while they're down. And so it's okay that, and I don't want to say mistakes, but it's okay that we all have lessons to learn. It's okay. Just try to learn the lessons. You said something wrong. Well, be careful what you said. I'm talking to me. Starlight, be cautious what comes out of your mouth, honey. So anyway, I do love you. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my video, to YouTube. And also, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can share my videos with your family, a friend, let's see, a butterfly, and trying to think, a baby calf. Can share my videos with a calf. And also, don't forget the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And also the playlist, don't forget that. And you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So I don't know, I'm going to make this announcement here. I still have to work on it, but I was told to do this, so I'm just doing what I was told. Is I'm going to be starting an event out here in this area. If you want to find out where the event is located, to find out, you could check out on Facebook on the event page, and I don't know how that's going to go. So it's on the event page. I have to figure out how to do all this stuff, because I've done event pages before. But if you are in this area and you would like to meet Starlight in person for like a group, it's about reprogramming your mind, really. It's like getting an upgrade. is going to be, it's really to help people to really change the way they think, is what the starting of this group is going to be about. So if you wanted to, if you're in the area, of course, you know, I don't expect people to drive a far distance to come to this 2 hour, you know, session there. So Starlight's already got her notebooks here, folders or whatever with stuff ready. So I'm just going to be getting it all ready this week. So I still have to work on the event page and select different days as far as how to do all this. So if you're interested, you could check that out on Facebook and you'll see me there. Even if you checked out on my Facebook, it should be on my, you know, that's probably a way of finding the event, is that I did post it on my Facebook. So, and then I got to figure out, where does this go on Facebook? I don't want it to go to New York people, you know, so I got to check that out. So anyway, I love you, and really don't worry about, you know, that's life, really. You know, we all have lessons to learn. Don't beat yourself up. And also, on that note, is really be thoughtful of how you treat other people when you see them do something. You know, so really be mindful of that, is to understand they have lessons to learn just like you and just like I do. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.